Arthur Paul Holstein, Jr. My rank was Personnelman Chief PNC, so I was just called Chief Petty Officer, United States Navy. USS Abnaki. I was brought on special to decommission the ship. I reported in on the 3rd of March, relieved the Chief Petty Officer that was there. I was a first-class personnelman, and as he was leaving the ship, he says, "Oh, by the way, the captain wanted these two guys processed for discharge." Well, we couldn't do anything on board the ship because we didn't have a doctor in that, so I worked them all up, had them escorted along with me. We went over to the Naval Station, San Diego, and I gave them all the records and stuff and all the information to process them for discharge. And then when we would go out to sea, prior to going out to sea, I would call different detailers to find out what they had individual places for all the people to go. We had, I think, about 65 of them that I had to work on, and once we would go out to sea, then I'd call them down to my office down on the 2nd deck of the Abnaki, have a personal interview, one-to-one, and tell me, okay, this is what you've done before, because I'd have their service record. You still have 6 months worth of sea time, and the detailer says you got to go back to sea. These are what he has open. Are those interested to you? And they says, "Oh yeah, I'll take this one." Okay, so I put information down and I says, "Okay, that's where you're going to go on 30 September when the ship decommissions. You'll have orders. Everything will be ready to go. You've got 15 days worth of leave to take, and 2 days travel to go up to San Francisco or wherever the case may be. Okay, and this is the day you have to report on board." I have all that set up for them and stuff. Some of them, when they come down, they had no idea. They didn't like what was available. I said, "Okay, next time when we get into port, I'll call the detailer, and I'll have you right there with me, and you can talk to the detailer expressly and tell him exactly what you want to do." And by doing all that, I stood no watches at sea, because I was working on getting all the crew assignments and stuff like that. When the ship did come into port, then I would stand the afterbow watch where all the entry onto the ship was and stuff. It was a very good time. I know we had left and gone out to sea, and my phone rings, and it's a captain. He says, "I wanted to see," he had a nickname for me, it's called Brown Cow. And so I went up to see him in the wardroom, and he's sitting at the top end of the table, and along this side was a couple of the officers, the XO, and some of the chiefs and stuff. There's an empty chair at this end of the table. And he says, "I understand you play poker." And I wasn't sure how to answer him. I says, "Yes, sir." He says, "That's your chair." So I sat down and we played poker. They took $40 of my pay. And next night we played another game, another $40 was gone. And so I'm down in my office the 3rd day, and we've got about 2 hours before we would set sea details to come back into San Diego. He says, "We got a game going, you want to go? We got 2 hours. I says, "Yes, sir." I got my $80 back plus 120 of theirs. So it was a good time and stuff. But it was just comfortable. We would play it on other ships, you know, poker and stuff like that, and never had any money things going on, but this one was something.